I recorded our last Google Meet just using my computer record system.
Oh, nice. Will you post that in the Facebook group?
Yeah, well,
Awesome. All right, so Anthony's question. I was answering that when it cut us off. So as far as training goes, whenever I joined, when I joined KW, it was really looked up to in the real estate field. But whenever I went to the trainings, it was a lot of repetitiveness. So people that were coming in, they would have the same questions over and over again, like how do I do an open house and all of that. And it's great whenever you're first starting out, but whenever you've gained a little bit of experience, you know how to do an open house. I thought I was going to be receiving a lot more in-depth training and more in detail, and I didn't see that whenever I had joined KW and started attending their trainings. And so I had switched over from there to a different brokerage, which was a more boutique brokerage. But the negative to that is that they didn't really have a training plan set up. And the person that brought me over to that brokerage, he was the one that was doing the training. And it's not like he had, all of this. I mean, he had experience, don't get me wrong, but his training just still wasn't to the level that I was wanting. And so, I was really looking at moving. I didn't know what to do. But at that point, I felt like I had gained a little bit more experience than when I did whenever I was at KW than whenever I had joined the new brokerage that I was at. But there was still something missing for me. And that smaller brokerage actually had merged with a bigger brokerage, and then all of their training was in person. And then it was all at their main headquarters. And so their main headquarters was an hour away from me. And so I was, for me, I didn't want to spend an hour in traffic each way to get there and, doing an all day training. And so I was like, well, when am I going to have the chance to do any of my prospecting and lead gen if all I'm doing is going to training and driving back and forth? And so I felt like there had to be a better way. And so, when we looked at EXP and I saw that they were offering, it's the cloud-based brokerage and the cloud-based training, that was it for me. That's what I wanted to do. And it's really easy. Like all you have to do is log on, you go to trainings and you're getting top training from, people who are producing from the top agents in the company. And it's all over the US, and it's also in different countries as well. We're in Canada, we're in India, we're in a lot of other countries as well. So I find that there's a lot of collaboration where agents are willing to share what works for them, and they're doing trainings on it, and you can basically rip off and duplicate is a lot of what you'll hear a lot of EXP agents say, because if somebody else is doing it the right way and they're having success with it, then why not share so that way you can do the same thing? And so for me, my experience has been better because I find myself attending more trainings since it's so easy just to log on and do it rather than having to drive somewhere. Even if it takes you 20 minutes, it's still 20 minutes there, 20 minutes back. That's 40 minutes worth of training you can do just by logging on. So for me, it made sense for me to do that.
One thing about the trainings, I've attended a couple of them, but my only thing about it is that it's live, so you have to be within a certain time frame. You show up, you listen, whatever. Do they have them recorded, such as how we're recording this call? Do they have it recorded and in a archive somewhere we can watch?
So they don't record every single training, but they do record some of them, and they're in EXP University, and they do record those. And do they have access to? They have access to that, right? Even
I don't know if they do with the guest pass, if it's just live or not. I'm not sure.
Because once you're licensed and you join EXP, we have EXP Workplace, which is basically sponsored by Facebook. and they have a bunch of recorded trainings there. I'm not sure if you can access those when you just have an EXP pass though.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Any other questions? What's everybody dealing with right now if you're in the process of taking your exam?
Take my test tomorrow. A little nervous.
Awesome. You're going to kill it, Anton.
All I do is study. I have a headache.
Did you take a crash course?
Yeah, I took a lot of crash course tests, and I paid PSI twice to take practice exams. So that's like $50. So I better not fail this thing.
And giving them all your money.
I'm doing flashcards right now, finished with all 3. I want to start looking at the crash courses and the practice tests in the next couple of weeks or so.
Okay, cool.
I'm still waiting to take my, so, I did the pre-licensing sales associate course.
Right.
And I'm so grateful that you let me do it in person because I learned so much in the classroom. The problem is I was going to do my final the 25th and they rescheduled it. And then I'm supposed to take it now next Tuesday. And I haven't been in the classroom for the 7 straight days. So I'm constantly reading, hoping, do I need to go over this? I don't want to forget this. And then just to keep it fresh, I kind of felt like I was getting a little burnt out on everything because I was like, my husband said, you're like eating, sleeping, breathing this. They're not even licensed yet. Like I have to pass this final. So I feel like that's just my obstacle right now is to do the final so that I can apply to take the state exam. I think I'll feel a lot better once the final's complete and I'm actually able to just focus on the state exam. And I'm also impatient. I want to get it done. So
yeah, I know you're in limbo right now, so that's tough because you don't want to lose everything that you studied. But don't overstudy either. So if you feel like you need a break, then take a little bit of a break and then come back to it because you might lose stuff by overstudying. So I would maybe refresh it in your memory like once a week.
mm-hmm.
And how do you learn? Is it through visual or what is it?
I learn in the classroom environment visually. So that's why I was a little frustrated when they said, hey, we're going to have to postpone it. We're like, everyone said, wait a second, we've been here 7 days straight learning this. Like we're ready for our exam. But worst case, my husband's like, if you feel like you need to do the class again, we'll just pay for the course again. You can go sit there again. Whatever we need to do to meet the goals. So I'm scheduled to take the final next Tuesday now. And I'm hoping that they don't change it again because I'd really like to finish it.
That's torture. That's torture.
Yeah, it has been.
Yeah.
But I know I'm still excited to get my license. So I figure maybe there's just a reason why I'm in a holding pattern for a little bit. I'm trying to find the silver lining.
Yeah. Hopefully they don't push it on you again because that's stressful.
For me, I am getting my package ready. I did the 3 courses, so I'm just getting everything ready to submit it. And I'm going to study in the meantime while they process it. But as soon as I get the go ahead to take the licensing test, I'll do it. I'm excited, super excited, but super nervous because I've been looking at some of the questions and a lot of them, they're kind of tricky. Like, when you're nervous, you look over certain little things. And I realized that a lot of the times, even when I'm doing a couple of the finals, they throw a question in there. And when I really look at the question, because they're like quizzes at the back of the book. I don't know which courses everybody is taking, but I'm taking the ADHI.
Okay. Yeah, I took that one.
Yeah, and at the end of each course,
they have chapter, right?
Is right. And some of the questions they don't give you straightforward. They want you to kind of think.
Yeah.
curveball in there. So I'm really nervous about those, but I feel confident already going forward. And I just think I need to like study more and wait on the chance to take the test. Oh, and I'm in California too. I live in Escondido, so I
Okay.
don't hop on. I don't want to focus on open houses or anything like that. My goal is to get licensed.
Right. Yeah. Hopefully, they'll let you set a date and go in and take it, because I know that they were shut down there for a while, not letting anybody take it. So hopefully they will be opening up more testing centers, because there's a whole slew of people that want to take their exam. So, and yeah, there's probably a pretty big backlog.
There is a really big backlog, and also those that have been canceled, they have the priority as far as rescheduling. So it can be really, it will be for everybody who's like me, not licensed still a very long time and wait.
Yeah. And that's rough too, trying to, it's like you're ready, but you can't take the exam because nobody is open. So they need to start doing the virtual tests where you sit there in front of the computer and they record you, and they're basically watching your every move. But at least you'd be able to take it at that point.
Yeah, that's true. They starting to implement it, I know, because I took my GED that way too, where you just take everything around you, take pictures, and make sure that there is nothing within your reach. It's 21st century,
Yeah, I know, right? It's like, get with the times.
Yeah.
I had one more question.
Oh yeah, no problem, Anthony.
I was wondering what's the difference, if there's any different procedure in order to, I mean, pretty sure, I assume, luxury residential, basic residential, commercial, industrial. Like if you wanted to join those different ventures, would you have to take additional courses on top of that?
Yeah, I'd say that it's definitely different. Basically the training in Skillbridge is gearing you towards residential. And David even said it. He said that, because he's really into doing apartment underwriting and all of that. He said that, you should definitely start out with residential. And then if you want to expand into commercial, that's definitely an option. But I would at least get your feet wet first with residential and then dive into commercial. Commercial is a lot of numbers. So if you're a numbers person, that's definitely, going to be good for you to look at. But EXP has a commercial division as well. So that's something you can do. EXP has a lot of options too that I don't think I've talked about. They have Express Offers, which is an iBuyer platform. So it makes it so that way, you can sell, you can sell homes to cash buyers, and it's a lot quicker process. So if you have somebody that has a home that's a fixer-upper or whatever, you can put that on that platform. So there's a chance to gain clients from doing that as well. So you can do those Express Offer training. One of the trainings that they just came up with, which I think all of you will be good at anyway, since you're military, is the relocation training. I'm currently going through that training. This is something they just rolled out, is the reload training. So you have to have a year experience, but I would say you could go through the training, get certified through XP, so that way once you hit that 1 year mark of being an agent there, they can start giving you referrals for that. So it's basically people who have had companies that hired, that's hiring brokerages to be able to relocate their employees from one location to another.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And then there's so many other programs and such that EXP offers, and maybe I should start posting about that more in the real estate group, so that way you guys can see what all they offer. By the way, Anthony, thank you so much for sharing the training, some of the trainings that EXP offers. That's really helpful too, I think, for everybody, because I can't always do it. So thank you for posting that.
I'm still working on my pre-licensing course, but my problem right now is, like, for me, it's a lot of information to retain, and
Yeah.
I just feel like I'm behind. But I'm just trying to like slow myself and really read all the information they're giving me. But I want to be done with it before March. I want to take my exam and stuff if possible, but I just feel like I'm behind in a way.
Behind on your studies to take the exam?
Not behind in studying, just like I feel like I'm moving at a slower pace than I should be moving, even though this is my second month. And I don't know if I should feel like that.
You should schedule a one-on-one with me.
Okay.
I'll drop the link in the chat. Hold on a second. There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I kind of feel the same way. I have 180 class hours that I have to go through, and broken up into 6 courses. And then, like, I spend pretty much the entire day at the computer with mind-numbing information, it seems like. And I do feel that sometimes the retention is kind of hard of it when you get to the end of the chapter to take the test.
Which course are you taking?
I'm taking Real Estate Express.
Real Estate Express. Okay.
But I guess Texas requires that much course no matter who you go through. So it's a lot of information. And I'm hoping that by the end of March, I will be licensed, but it's overwhelming at sometimes. So, I feel like maybe I'm doing this slowly, but I don't know, because you don't know what you don't know, right?
Right. So when I started studying, it probably took me, so we have 3 books here in California. How many do you have?
It's 6 classes, 6 30-hour classes that you have to take.
6 30-hour classes. Okay. I mean, it took me 3 months, I would say, to get through all of mine. So, I mean, it's going to depend on how fast you learn. But for me, I have a short-term memory, so I have to basically study as fast as I can, so that way I don't lose the stuff that I studied in the first book. So
Okay.
Mine was really like I had to study pretty quickly, and for me, it still took me 3 months studying pretty quickly. So it just depends on how much material that you have. I forget how many hours we have to have here in California. You guys probably know Alexander or Francisco.
I
How
think
many
you
hours?
just
145.
there you go. You got to complete the real estate practice principle in one of the
Right.
groups.
Yeah, I remember that. I just can't remember how many hours because it's been a while.
It's 145 hours in total. But I mean, with added extra stuff, I think it's way more than that.
Okay.
So realistically, if I have it done by the end of March, I could really consider myself at an average pace.
When did you start?
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, for sure. I would say that you're probably doing it you're doing it at a really good pace then.
Okay. I just going from something that has structure every day to here you go, you have 8 hours a day. You have to do 40 hours a week. It's just, you can't grasp in your mind what all I have to do, or,
Right.
it's just a difficult transition, I think.
Definitely can understand that. Yeah. I came from nursing prior to this, so yeah, I get it. And being an entrepreneur and doing that sort of studying, that's not something that, if you're not used to it, it's not easy to hold yourself accountable to that. So I don't know. I always say put everything in your calendar. So whatever kind of calendar you use, whether it's the Google Calendar or a regular calendar, just put that in your calendar to make sure that you're getting that study time in every day. So,
Okay.
yeah. I'm actually going to share a training that I did just yesterday for my mentor group. Basically, it's about what you should be doing on a daily to weekly basis as a realtor. So I'll share that with you guys because it's going to be good to implement that, even from the get-go with real estate and to make you successful. So that way you know what you should be doing on a daily to weekly basis, because you all are coming from military where it's very structured and you know what you're doing every day. With real estate, it's really easy to, neglect what you're actually supposed to be doing every day. And I say this from experience, and I really had to teach myself how to, and I'm still, trying to perfect that, right? But getting used to doing a schedule every day and, trying to at least stick to it and putting it in your schedule, because if it's not on your calendar, it doesn't exist. And so, start implementing that, with a calendar. Like, okay, I'm going to study for this amount of time. And I know you have to have a certain amount anyways for Skillbridge, but it might help just to at least have it on the calendar to somehow hold yourself accountable for that time. And it'll really reflect over into your real estate business once you start working as a licensed realtor.
I I finished my 3 courses already from a community college, and just last week I did my live scan fingerprint and ordered the transcript and submitted it all for the application. So I'm just waiting on that. According to Dave, it's about a 7-week wait.
Yeah.
So
he's over here shaking his head.
Yeah. So I'm just going through EXP World, going through the fast track classes, the world tour, and then Prep Agent has been really helpful.
Prep Agent
on YouTube, and I also bought the California real estate book, the audiobook. So every time I'm driving, I do that also.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah. So I'm like that, and like podcasts, real estate podcasts, kind of a lot of information that getting used to just the words and the terminology. That's like Jay said, there's a lot of terminology, but
right, there is a lot of terminology, and basically what the courses are doing is just prepping you. It's just the basics to know what what the laws are and stuff with real estate, because once you're in it, nobody tells you how to prospect and how to lead gen and all of that. So that's why you're going through the training as well, because those courses and stuff that you're taking to get your state license is not prepping you for how to write an offer and all of that stuff. So that's why we have you guys going through this training, is because the more you know while you're in the Skillbridge program and also getting paid by military, it will prep you to be successful once you are out on your own.
Got it.
Yeah. Any other questions? Nope. Concerns, feedback? I feel like you've been really quiet, Jada. Do you have any questions?
One more thing.
Sure, go ahead.
So I know that we're under Skillbridge, we are not obviously not getting paid or any commission. If we do end up having like a prospect, like a friend of ours that is planning to buy, that is under, like, would it just be reasonable to wait until we're fully out of the military to obviously have at least something right away, then bringing it in? So
if they can wait on you, then that'll be good.
Yeah,
Did you
you
want to
want me to
interject
chime in?
something?
Yeah, I'm off camera, so it's all good. But I guess I'll just interject. You can get them as far along in the process as possible, right? So you can do, once you're licensed, you can do the work, you can start looking at homes, you can set up searches, you can do all that. Our only requirement from a DoD perspective is that you cannot receive any pay through our company whatsoever while you're in Skillbridge, right? So if that home closes 2 days after you exit the Skillbridge program and you get a paycheck 2 days later, perfectly fine by us, meets the terms of the DoD Skillbridge program. Everyone's happy, it's a win-win. Our whole goal again throughout this program for you guys is to get you joined up with us, to become partner agents, to make it so that you're successful. And if you can stack, let's say you can make it where you had 5 closings in the first month after you get out because you've done all the work to get there, that's great, man. I mean, you start out coming out with 5 paychecks, that'd be awesome, right? Like, we're not looking to have you guys close deals while you're in the program. If it ends up happening because of the way that it's set up, then you can't get the commission. We have to abide by that. But that's not what our focus is of the program at all.
Okay, copy. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you guys enjoying the Facebook group? You're finding that helpful? Okay. I've been trying to upload some things and upload like the what am I saying? The trainings and stuff that CE Shop offers. So they do a military discount, which is awesome. So, but most of you are already in training, so.
Yeah, and I'll just echo what Tasha said about the Facebook group and also the Slack channels. So you guys are all going through the same thing together, right? It's been years since Tasha or I went through getting a license because we've had it for a while now, right? So there's no question that's a stupid question. You're all going through the similar things. You're probably feeling a lot of the same things. It is a big transition from military structure, do the same thing, you know, have a boss telling you what to do each day, that type of thing, to becoming your own boss within a real estate business where you have to manage your own time and figure out what to do to make money. What you're doing right now in the training and having that requirement, the reason that we left it without this is exactly what you're going to do every minute of every day type structure is because if we did that, then you'd come out 6 months from now with a license and be feeling what you're feeling today, right? I'd rather have you feel it now while you're going through this process when you're not supposed to earn money anyways in the program, and then get your schedule down pat and realize how to keep yourself to a strict schedule to be able to produce. And then immediately when you come out of the program, be able to produce and be able to cope with that because it is a big transition from the military lifestyle. The other thing is, again, because so since I'm still full-time active duty, I don't get to help with this until I'm off work most of the time. And Tasha's obviously busy running her full-time company as well. So anything that you guys think can help the group as a whole, that's what that Slack channel is there for. The Facebook group is there for, all that stuff, right? Post stuff up, ask questions. Like, it's meant to be very interactive among folks that are going through this program. Even though you all are at different start dates and end dates, you're going through many of the same things, right? So post it up there, and that way as our next people come in, there's already this knowledge database that you guys are building from the challenges you've gone through and the hurdles you've overcome to help those next people that follow you. Because right now we have, I don't know, 100 more people that have applied for the program. I mean, there's a lot of interest in doing this. And so the more you can give back to this community, the better the program will continue to become for those that follow in your footsteps. So appreciate it.
We have about 10 minutes left if anybody has anything else that they want to ask or share.
One quick question. I wanted to ask about the mentor program. When you get your license and start doing sales, does a part of the commission go to your mentor?
Yeah, so you're gonna have 10% that goes to your mentor.
20 to the
Or
program.
20 to the program, 10 to the mentor.
Right. So it's 20 total for 3 deals.
For 3 deals, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and EXP does that, KW does that. Most of the main real estate brokerages do a mentorship type program again, because no matter how much training we give you in this program, when you're going through it specifically in your local area, each local area may have their own supplemental forms. Each state has their own forms. And so the purpose of the mentor program is to walk you through that stuff that's specific to your local area.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Should we meet in the world next time?
That would be cool.
The XP world.
So we have to get our team suite set up. We have a team suite.
Yeah,
that's
we have a
dedicated
team suite.
that
Yeah.
can support, I think, 100 people. And so Tasha could do a meeting in the EXP world. We don't have it decorated or anything yet, but
Might
we
as
could do
well
a meeting
use
in there
it.
if you want. Yeah, I mean, we're paying for it. Might as well use it.
Yeah.
We
Make
can't
it
just all pop in, show
forever.
up at the picnic table or something.
We could all go to the picnic table, but then you could have other people pop into the conversations.
Yeah, I'd rather not do that.
Yeah, we have our own dedicated space in there that we paid for with, I think, 18 offices and 2 meeting rooms. And so if you've gone into the broker rooms or anything like that within EXP world, basically the team suite that we've paid for looks like that. So, and that's something that's available to all EXP agents too, to be able to buy as part of the Rebella. They had a sale in January where it was like half off for the year. So we ended up buying just the annual subscription to be able to support this and some other stuff that we're doing.
Anything else? Nope.
I'm good.
All right. Cool. Well, I'll see you guys at this time next month. You guys have a good day.
Awesome.
Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Have a good one.
Take care, y'all.